Melanie.
That was Melanie from the 60s, man.
This is the Boing Boing Show.
That was Melanie from the last attempt
Yeah.
era.
Well, anyway, that show started with the New World, and I'll tell you, that Exene writes some pretty cool lyrics. Honest to goodness, the bars weren't open this morning. They must have been voting for a new president or something. Do you have a quarter? I said. Yes, because I did. Honest to goodness, the tears have been falling all over this country's face. It was better before they voted for what's her name, or his name, I guess. Yeah. This must be the new world, or was supposed to be the new world. How about that L.A., huh?
That's interesting.
Yeah, I
tell
you.
Must remark, Brother Dan was hearing the voices of the angel choir. He was really twisting in the feet there.
Oh, marvelous. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, you know. Like the thing in L.A. is like the like May Day was kind of the climax of the L.A. situation and stuff. May Day is an ancient kind of multi-pagan holiday festival kind of thing, you know, and like the Feast of Beltane, which is the returning of the fire, sort of, so to speak. You know, it's kind of an interesting like May Day presentation there in Los Angeles. A lot of fire was denoted by the periodicals and stuff.
Yeah, they returned the fire.
Yeah, you know, it's like it's fire on May Day. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Also, like the May Day is somewhat sacred to Eris, the Greek goddess of discord. And like on that particular day, there seemed to be a guest appearance by Eris in Los Angeles there too, along with it. I mean, primal energies seem to be awakening or something, at least turning over, grunting and whatnot or something.
Yeah, the property values went down.
Interesting.
Yes.
Kind of interesting. I think this massive violence and like this, like it started off with like the four unreasonably brutal police officers, and then they resulted in violence. That was causing outrage, which resulted in more violence. But then the whole thing gets turned around, and like 50-something deaths, kind of like totally smothers, one person getting beat up. It's like, who's the bad guy? The people that killed the 54 people, or the people that beat up one guy and stuff. You see, they are savage barbarians. They need to get beat up. It's kind of weird. The shit gets turned around and stuff. But you look at it like, how does the country solve situations? How do they solve their problems, their mistakes and stuff? They go and they kill like 5 million Arabs very violently. So it's kind of weird. What is the whole thing about violence? It's like violence in the street and stuff. I mean, like 70% plus of our tax money goes to violent weapons that will destroy other cultures and stuff. So it's kind of weird. That's how Uncle Sam, President Bush and the gang, that's how they handle things. They get very violent. They drop massive destructive weapons on strange cultures of people, men, women, children, whatever, people who don't know what the hell is going on. Kind of interesting, and stuff. Don't call LA violent, call the White House violent for, whatever. At least, compare notes or something, or something. It's kind of interesting.
The country's in denial about violence, I'll say. It's kind of hard to see it. I mean, it was an article the other day that talked about, this guy was talking, that he said, well, I can see why a black man would carry a gun now if he was driving down the street and a cop stopped him. He was afraid, he'd be afraid of for his life, and I thought to myself, it's like they're always talking about, well, this is the next step, it's now he can see why a black man would defend himself. Well, why can't they see what the root of the cause is? Why can't they see that until people are free, all people are free?
He needs a gun pretty much most days or something, Or something. It's kind of weird. Like,
it's not. It's like until everyone is free, until everyone has liberty, nobody's free. And this is the way it comes back, when you're violent and indifferent to somebody, then it comes back, and it comes back heavy. So the cities are burning again, just like in the 60s. It's pretty heavy.
All hail Discordia,
Yeah.
Eris is alive, and well.
Yeah.
On the planet Terra or something,
Kali. Kali and Shiva and the whole gang.
Destroyer. It's their turn, I guess, and stuff.
Yeah. In a weird way. What do you guys the Infinite Beauties. You guys want to play a couple of songs here? That would be great, I'll tell you.
The brethren is assembling here, and the sister and...
All right.
yeah.
Well, do a couple. That's cool. Thank you.
Brother George. Peace warrior.